Ashok sir, I am not getting mails regarding class notes.
I did not send it, sir. I will send it today. Okay. Did you get my confirmation mail today?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, fine. Then you will get the class notes also. Good morning, guys. In yesterday's session, in yesterday's session, we discussed about uh, Spring Bean. In yesterday's session, we discussed about Spring Bean. So the Java class, which is managing by the IOC container, is called as Spring Bean. The Java class, which is managing by IOC, is called as Spring Bean. Okay. Now we can represent we can represent Java class as a Spring Bean using below annotations. We can represent Java class as Spring Bean using below annotations. What are those annotations? One is at the rate component, second one at the rate service, and the third one at the rate repository, component service repository, then next one at the rate controller, and we can use
At
at
the
the
rest
rate
controller,
rest controller,
rest controller.
at the rate configuration, and at the rate bean. Okay, component, service, repository, controller, rest controller, configuration, and bean. So these all are the annotations that we are going to use to represent our Java class as a Spring Bean. This is method level annotation. This is the one which is the method level annotation. All the remaining annotations are class level annotations. Component, service, repository, controller, rest controller, configuration, bean. Okay, the Java class which is managing by IOC is called as Spring Bean. We can represent Java class as Spring Bean using below annotations. Okay, now guys, could you please tell me what are the annotations we are using to represent our Java class as Spring Bean? At component, at service, at repository, at controller, at rest controller, configuration, configuration and bin. Now, configuration and bin. Can you tell me now, without looking at that, what are the annotations available to represent our class as
Controller,
Spring Bean?
Service,
service,
Controller, component,
Controller, service,
service,
repository,
and bin.
repository,
And B.
rest
B
controller,
means method level annotation.
bean,
component, service, repository, controller, rest controller,
Rest.
configuration, and bin. Now, so generally people will call them as stereotype annotations which are used to represent our Java class as a Spring Bean. Okay. Now, the question is why these many annotations are available to represent our class as a Spring Bean? Why one annotation is not sufficient? What is the difference between each annotation? What is the difference between each annotation? Okay. First, I used component. Look at this component annotation. Now, there is some documentation. The value indicates the annotated class as a component. Such classes are considered as the candidates for the auto detection when using annotation based configuration and class path scanning. Okay. Other class level annotations may be considered for identifying component as well. Typically, a special kind of repository and aspect annotations. Okay, this component annotation is used to represent our class as a auto detection candidate. Whenever you do component scanning or class path scanning, component scanning and class path scanning, if any class is annotated with the component, that class will be scanned and will be represented as a Spring Bean. Are we getting any additional functionality if we use the component annotation, or simply it is participating in the component scanning? Is it giving any special effect for our class, or it is just simply representing our class as a Spring Bean?
Just representing as a class.
Yes.
This class, this annotation is representing our class as a Spring Bean. This annotation simply representing our class as a Spring Bean. This annotation simply representing our class as a Spring Bean. Is it providing any additional functionality, or it is not providing any additional functionality?
Providing.
It is participating. It is make sure that our class is participating in the component scanning. Okay. Now, next one, user service. Let us go for @service annotation. @service annotation indicates that an annotated class is a service originally defined by domain-driven design as an operation offered as an interface that standalones in the model with no encapsulated state. Now, whenever you are writing some business logic, whenever you are writing some business logic, whenever you are writing some business logic to represent that class as a Spring Bean, any service layer components or any business layer components, if you want to represent as a Spring Bean, then we are going to use @service annotation. If I use @component, class will be represented as a Spring Bean. If I use @service, class also will be represented as a Spring Bean. But what is the difference? Actually, there is no difference. So this annotation serves as a specialization of allowing for implementation classes to be auto-detected through class path scanning. Whenever we use this annotation, it will also participate in the component scanning or class path scanning to represent this as a Spring Bean. @component also going to do that. @service also going to do that. Whenever you write a class with some business logic, complex business logics, then those logics we are going to keep in the service layer. To represent service layer component as a Spring Bean, we will use @service annotation. @service annotation. Okay. Now, coming to DAO repository. Now, see here, indicates the annotated class as a repository driven by domain-driven design pattern. Okay. Data access object. Stereotype to DAO classes. Understand the distinction between data access object and style. This annotation is a general purpose stereotype. Individual teams may narrow their semantics and use that appropriate. Whenever we are writing persistence logic, DAO classes, to represent those DAO classes as Spring Beans, we are going to use the annotation called @repository. Now, what is the speciality of this repository annotation? Please read it. Please read this, guys.
Class that's annotated is eligible for a Spring transform when used in conjunction with a link. Altered string framework, the annotation, persistent exception translation, exception translation versus annotated class is also clarified as its role in the overall application architecture for the purpose of tooling aspects.
Guys, all of you, please go through that context. A class that's annotated is eligible for Spring data access exception translation when used in conjunction with the exception translation post processor. This annotated class is also clarified as its role in the overall application architecture for the purpose of tooling aspects, etc. Okay. When you are doing any persistence logic implementation in the project, those classes can be represented by using repository. Repository means nothing but persistence layer component. Service nothing but business layer component. Component annotation nothing but general purpose annotation. For any class you can use it. Component, service, repository. Repository annotation will be used for DAO layer components. Okay, repository annotation is used for DAO classes. Service is used for business classes. Component is a general purpose annotation, stereotype annotation to represent our Java class as a Spring Bean. Guys, do you understand where to use repository, where to use service, where to use component?
Yes, sir.
So where to use component?
General purpose. General
General
purpose.
classes
General
like
purpose for any
DTO
class.
classes.
For any class you can use component. Suppose I'm creating some util class in my project to send the email utils. Email utils class I want to represent as a Spring Bean. Can I use component for that util class? Yes. Now
Yes, sir.
in my project
Yes, sir.
I'm creating one class called dateutils.java, which is used to convert the dates from one format to another format. For the data utils also, I can use component. Okay. Next, I'm writing one report to service. I'm writing a business logic for my application in the service class. Which annotation I'm going to use?
Service at
State
service.
service annotation we are going to use. Now, in my project, I want to communicate with the database. So for that, I'm going to create a class. Which annotation I need to use to represent the
At
class?
repository.
At repository.
At repository.
Any questions on these three?
No, sir. Sir, what is the difference between service and repository here?
Sir, service class we will use for business layer, but that doesn't deal with any exception translations. Whereas repository annotation we will deal with the persistence layer components that will deal with the exceptions.
So persistence purpose we can use means repository. Means database related things only we use that repository.
Yes.
So exception purpose which annotation we have to use?
Sorry.
Exceptions, any database
Exception
related.
translations functionality will be provided to your repository when you use at repository annotation. That is one special behavior will be added.
Okay.
And when you go for service, such kind of
I
special
think it
behaviors are not
converts.
available.
I think it converts all database related exception into data access exception, and it propagates the exception into the next layer. Am I right, sir?
Sorry.
Like it converts all the database related exception into data access exception, and
Exactly.
it propagates that exception into the next layer.
Yes, sir. Right. You are right. You are right. Okay. Now, next one. Guys, here controller, REST controller will be used in WebMVC. Controller and REST controller will be used in WebMVC. Okay. Now here it is C2B and here it is B2B. C2B and B2B. Controller annotation we will use. Controller annotation we are going to use to develop a web application with customer to business communication. Controller, if you want to represent your Java class as a controller class, we will use @controller. Controller will solve the business for customer to business. Okay, end user will access our application and they can interact with our application, they can interact with our business and they can deal with it. Okay, now for that we are going to develop a controller component. To represent our Java class as a controller, we will use @controller annotation. It will serve the purpose of customer to business communication. Whereas REST controller, If one application wants to communicate with another application, then we are going to develop distributed applications to represent our class as a distributed component. We are going to use REST controller annotation. These two annotations also will represent our Java class as a Spring Bean. These two annotations also will represent our Java class as a Spring Bean. Now I'm not going to touch these two annotations. These two annotations we are going to discuss in Spring Web MVC module. These two annotations we are going to learn in Spring Web MVC module. Okay. Now,
Small clarification, sir. C2B and B2B applications means, can you
sir,
please?
C2B application means user interface will be available. Now, if you see, I have a website. Here,
Okay.
you will click on the buttons, okay, and you will get some response as a web page. This is C2B. B2B nothing but business to business communication. One project will communicate with the another project. That is RESTful services.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so for this REST APIs, UI will not be available. Directly response will be sent.
Okay.
But for controller will return the view name. That view name will be displayed as a web page. Anyhow, forget about that. For timing, remember there are two annotations. One is controller, another one is REST controller, which are part of Spring Web MVC. If you can understand that line, I'm happy, because in the Web MVC module, you will get the crystal clear clarity on those two annotations.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so what is the next one? Configuration. Okay. This configuration annotation is used to represent our Java class as a configuration class. Configuration annotation is used to represent our Java class as a configuration class. Now, let me take this. I will create one class as a config class. I'm taking a class with a name called app config. I'm taking a class with a name called app config. Okay, I'm following a package naming convention. This I'm keeping inside a config package. I'm keeping inside config package, a normal Java class. In this Java class, I want to represent as a configuration class. By default, Spring Boot is having auto configuration. Along with that, as a programmer, if you want to do such kind of configuration, you will create your own configuration class by using one annotation called @configuration. By using one annotation called @configuration. Okay, @configuration. Now, let me write a simple constructor to understand whether this class object is creating or not. System.out.println app config constructor. App config constructor. Now, guys, object will be created for this class, or object will not be created for this class,
Object will be
Object
created.
will be created.
because is it following the base package naming convention, or it is
Yes.
not following the base package naming?
Following the base package naming convention.
It is following the base package naming convention.
Convention.
And is this class represented as a Spring Bean, or this class is
Yes.
not represented
Yes,
as a
yes.
Spring Bean?
Represented as Spring
This
Bean.
class is
Represented
represented as a Spring
Spring
Bean.
Bean.
This class is represented as a Spring Bean.
Spring Bean.
Let's write it. Run as boot app. Run as boot app. See here, config
Yeah.
class object got created or not?
Yes.
Config
Yes.
class object got created. Okay. Now, guys, see here in this application, I have one more class called train class. I have a class called train class. Here I'm writing some constructor. I'm writing some constructor. Inside this, I'm writing one SOP. System.out.println train constructor. Train constructor. Okay. Now, this class is available in a base package. This class is available in the base package. Base package will participate in the component scanning, or base package will not participate in the component scanning.
Will not participate.
Will not
Will
participate in the
pass-
component.
Will not participate.
Base
Will
package.
participate.
Base
Will participate.
package.
Package will participate in
First of all,
component.
component scanning will start from which package?
Base
Base
package.
package.
Class.
Base package only. So, base package will participate in the component scanning. They will identify, Spring Boot will identify how many classes are there in the base package and which classes are represented as a Spring Beans, and it is going to create the object. But if you look at this class, object will be created for this class, or object will not be created for this class.
Object
not be
will not
created.
create.
Not be created.
Object will not be created for this class. Why object will not be created for this class?
Not the managed
Because
bean.
it is not a
But this class is not
This
represented
class
as
is
a
not
class.
represented as a Spring Bean.
Spring Bean.
This class is not represented as a Spring
Spring
Bean.
Bean.
Now, here, I want to represent this class as a Spring Bean. Can you tell me which annotation I need to use?
Component.
Component. At the rate component. Okay. Now, when I use at the rate component at the class level, can I say that this class will be considered as a Spring Bean?
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
Class will be considered as a Spring Bean or not?
Yes.
Consider as Spring
This
Bean.
class will be considered as a Spring Bean.
Spring Bean.
Now, let's run it. Let's run it. Boot app. Boot app. Flight
Output is
train config user service. Okay, flight object also got created. Train object also got created. When I use at the component annotation, as a programmer, I am creating the object, or IOC container creating the object for this.
IOC.
Container.
IOC container
For this
creating.
class.
Am I creating the object, or IOC is creating the object?
IOC container creating the object.
Now, guys, observe carefully. Here, I have a special requirement. I have a special requirement. I don't want my IOC to create the object for this class. Okay. Now, I don't want IOC to create the object for my class. Now, if I remove, object will create, or object will not be created.
It is not.
Will not
It
be
will not be created.
Be created. Now, but I want to represent this class as a Spring Bean. I want to represent this class object as a Spring Bean, but I don't want IOC to create the object for this class. What I will do is, I will create the object for this class. I will ask IOC to consider as a Spring Bean. Public train get train instance. Get train instance. Now I'm going to specify train T is equal to new train. Train T is equal to new train. Return train object. Return train object. Now what I have done here, what I'm doing in this method,
You're calling
Object.
creating an
Every time we
object.
call this method,
I am
new object
creating
will
the
be
object and I am returning the object.
Okay.
I'm creating the object and I'm returning the object. Now tell me, train is a Spring Bean or train is a normal Java class?
Normal Java class.
Java class.
Train is a normal Java class. Now, does IOC will recognize my class as a Spring Bean, or IOC will not recognize my class as a Spring Bean?
IOC will not recognize.
IOC will not recognize, because who is creating the object for my class? IOC
Me.
creating the object for my class, or I am creating the object for my class?
We are creating
Creating
object.
the object for my class. But my requirement is, I want to tell the IOC, hey IOC, you just to call this method, I will give you the object, you consider that as a Spring Bean. Did you understand my requirement?
Yes.
Earlier for all the classes, I represented them as Spring Beans. IOC created the objects and they managed it. But now here I have a special requirement. IOC, you don't create the object for the train. I will create the object for the train. I will give you the train object. You consider that as a Spring Bean. You consider that as a Spring Bean. Now, IOC will call this method automatically, or IOC will not call this method automatically.
Will not call.
Now, do I need to provide some instruction to the IOC to
Yes.
call the method or not?
Yes.
Yes.
For that, we will write @bean annotation. For that, we are going to write @bean annotation. Now, tell me why we will use @bean annotation.
To declare a method.
If you want to customize the object creation, bean creation for a class, if you want to customize the bean creation process, then you will go for @bean annotation. Now, here now this will be represented as a spring bean. But who is creating the object? Programmer is creating. Suppose if I give component annotation here, who will create the object? IOC.
IOC.
See here, in the app config, I have written one method. For the method I have given @bean annotation, so that IOC container is going to call the method. This method is returning one train object. IOC will represent the train as a spring bean object. Okay, now let's try. Train constructor getting executed or not. Run as boot app. Run as boot app. Train object got created or not? Come on.
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So now, I think 2-3 days back, people asked me, sir, what is the configuration under bean annotations? If you want to represent your Java class as a configuration class, we will use @configuration annotation. To use your Java class as a configuration class, we will use @configuration annotation. If you want to customize bean creation, then you will go for @bean annotation. So that is what is the understanding of configuration and bean. Now, you may ask a question, Ashok, where we will use this in the real time? Why, if IOC is creating the object, why you don't want to take the IOC functionality? Why are you creating object on your own? Okay, tomorrow in the real time, we are going to use this approach for security configuration. We will use this approach for Kafka configuration, for a Redis configuration, okay, and for data source configuration, for a REST template configuration, for a web client configuration. There are hundreds of use cases are available in the real time where we are going to use @bean annotation. Okay, simple example. Now, let me take one existing project from the previous batches. Or else let me take a project also. SRC, main Java. Workspace, Toolbook. Config. Now, so guys, can you please read the class name? Config. Now, am I representing that class as a configuration class or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm representing that class as a configuration class. Now, what method? What is the return type of my method? Docket. Docket is a predefined class. Docket is a predefined class. Now, here, am I customizing docket object creation process or not?
Yes.
Return a new docket. I'm setting the group name. I'm setting the API info. I'm setting APIs. I'm setting the paths. Then I'm building the docket object. I'm building the docket object. Okay. Now, here, programmer is creating the object, or IOC is creating the object for the docket.
Programmer.
Programmer is creating the object for the docket. Now, what the programmer is telling to the IOC? Hey IOC, you just to call this method, you will get the docket object that you can represent as a spring bean. You just to call this method, you will get the docket object, that a docket object you can represent as a spring bean. How the programmer is giving that instruction to the IOC container? By using bean annotation.
Bean
If I
annotation.
don't configure @bean annotation here, then what will happen?
IOC will not create the.
IOC will not call this method. IOC will not call this method. So do you understand when to go for configuration and bean annotations now?
Yes.
When to go for configuration?
When we want to customize your class as configuration class.
When we want to customize the bean creation process, then we are going to use @bean. Bean is a class level annotation or bean is a method level annotation.
Method level
Method level
annotation.
annotation.
Bean is a class level annotation or bean is a method level annotation.
Method level
Method level
annotation.
Annotation. Bean is a method level annotation.
Annotation.
Remaining all annotations are class level annotations. I told you that. Component, service, repository, controller, REST controller, these all are class level annotations only. Bean is the method level
Method
annotation.
level annotation.
Okay.
Hello.
Now, yes, sir.
సార్ 1 minute నేను అవినాష్ని ఒకసారి కాల్ చేస్తా 5 minutes కొద్దిగా అర్జెంట్ ఒకసారి కలిసేవా
All right. Now, app config. Here we have represented our class as a config class. So to represent our class as a config class, we are using @configuration annotation. After that, we are writing a method. For that method, we are giving @bean annotation. It is used to represent it as a bean method. IOC container will call the method. This method is returning a object. That object will be considered as a Spring Bean object. Will be considered as a Spring Bean object. Are you able to understand? Now,
Sir, IOC container will call this method get train instance or only.
it will call this method get instance method. It is going to call.
And sir, we can if train class is component class, sir.
No, it is a normal Java class.
All this. If you specify component annotation here.
If I specify component annotation here, then no need to write this one, right?
If you use both, in that case, what will means
Preference will be given to one. Preference will be given to this.
This, okay.
If a class is private, then can we create the object by using @bean?
First of all, Java top level classes should not be declared as a private.
Sorry, sir. Constructor. If the constructor is private.
If the constructor is private, you can't get it. You can't do that. Only for public constructor classes we will do it.
Sir, component also will not work if your class has private.
Yes, it will not work.
Sir, can we create object predefined classes like date, time, and calendar by using this
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. No problem.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. So, sir, it's mean IOC container creating object for only 0 argument constructor, right?
Yep.
So if I want to create object for other than
Yes,
0
sir.
argument, then
Yes.
we can go for bean.
I will come to that point in the dependency injection. In the constructor injection, I will tell you 0 param constructor, parameter constructor. I will tell that in the constructors.
Okay, thank you.
That we'll discuss in the next concept. IOC, DI, SI, CI, FI. We'll discuss about that.
Hello, sir.
Yep.
What is the meaning of configuration class?
To represent our Java class as any customization, configuration customization that you want to do in your project, you will write in the configuration class. It is just to separate from the normal business classes.
Okay.
Sir, now train instance, it is going to be singleton, right?
Singleton only, yes.
Okay.
The configuration is nothing but Java-based configuration, right? It is alternative to XML-based configuration.
Yeah, it is Java-based configuration. Okay. Now, so you may get a doubt, sir. Do I need to write this bean method only in the configuration class, or can I write anywhere in the project? Do I need to write the bean methods only in the configuration classes, or I need to write anywhere in the project?
No, sir. We have to write in the configuration class, or we can write in the start class.
You can write this bean methods in any Spring Bean class. Here I have a service. I have written a method with @bean annotation. Now this method will be called, or this method will not be called.
Will be called, sir.
Will be
Called.
Check it. If that method is called, then only train object will be created. Right?
Yeah.
Run as boot app. Train object got created or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Train object got created or not?
Created, sir.
Yes, train object got created. So what is the conclusion? Bean methods I need to keep only in the configuration class, or bean methods I can keep in any Spring Bean class.
We can keep any Spring
Can
Bean
be in
class.
any Spring.
Bean methods can be kept in any Spring Bean class, but generally it is recommended to keep in the configuration class so that people can easily understand what is the customized configuration available for our project. So it is not recommended to keep in any other class. We'll keep them only in the configuration class. But if you want to keep it, you can do that also. There is no problem at all. There is no problem at all. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Guys, did you get the clarity on how to represent our Java class as a Spring Bean now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
component, it is a general purpose annotation to represent our class as a Spring Bean. @service, it is also used to represent our class as a Spring Bean. For business components, we are going to use @service annotation. Next one is @repository. Next one @repository. So whenever you are writing a persistence layer to represent our DAO classes as a Spring Beans, we are going to use @repository. Next one is controller, REST controller. Those are from Spring WebMVC module. We will discuss them in the WebMVC. Next one is configuration. So if you want to perform any Java-based configuration in the application, we will represent that class as a configuration class by using @configuration. Next one, @bean. @bean is a method level annotation. When the programmer is interested to create the object for a class, then we will write the bean methods. Those bean methods can be available in any Spring Bean class. IOC is going to call those methods and will take the object returned by the method, will represent that object as a Spring Bean method. Will represent that object as Spring Bean method. Are you guys clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yeah.
So let's assume we, as in this example, right? So we have annotated bean to instantiate the train object, right?
Yep.
So
exactly.
let's assume, so we already have a train class and we annotated train with @component as well. And here @bean. So in that case, does the object will be created twice?
Generally, we don't do that, sir. Let's try what is going to happen. So
You told it will give the preference for @bean. Since it is a by default singleton, it will maintain only one thing.
Hello? Make difference, sir.
sorry, sir, 2 times that object is getting created. 2 times that object is getting created. Okay, you are given component. As part of the component scanning, this object got created, and once all the component scanning process is completed, then again it is calling this method. Again it is calling this method. Generally we don't do that. If you don't want IOC to create the object, then only we are going to write the bean methods.
Yeah.
Then only we are going to write the bean methods. We don't do this. So run as boot app.
Both the objects are same, sir.
Now see here, first object is created in which process? Bean method is called first, or component scanning object get created first?
Yes, sir.
Component scanning.
Component scanning happened. In that component scanning, that class is recognized as a Spring Bean. Once component scanning process is completed, then bean method got called. Then again we created the object, so train object got created.
Yeah.
Train object got created.
Sir, could you please change the method name?
The name can be M1, M2, anything.
No. Please get train object. Just it. That's it. Get train. That's it. Now run the program.
Run as boot app. Same. No change. Method name can be anything, man. You don't bother about the method name. If you bother about whether that method contains this annotation or not. If that method contains this annotation, it is going to call that.
Okay.
Okay. Even if I run the method name as ABC also, it is going to execute.
So finally, when you call get bean method, right? It will give the latest object, right?
Yes,
Which is
component scanning process will
treated by the
happen
method.
first. Component scanning process will happen first. After that, this bean methods will be called. Okay, the last one will be the bean method. Good. And right, guys.
Sir, please tell difference between controller and configuration, sir.
Configuration means if you want to write any this kind of bean methods, we will use the configuration class. Okay, in your project, if you want to do customized configuration, I don't want IOC to create the object for the class. I want to create the object for the class by setting some values. Then you will go for bean method. Those bean methods are recommended to write in the configuration class. There is no relation between configuration and controller. Controller is used to
What is a component? I was thinking component, sir.
component. It is general purpose annotation to represent our class as a Spring Bean. That's it.
Yes,
And one more thing, the configuration class will get the highest priority. Once the base package scanning is completed, this configuration class will get the highest priority because configuration should be loaded. Configuration should be loaded.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And guys, I want to check one more thing with you guys. All of you comfortable to attend the class at 8:30 also? 7:30 as well as 8:30?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Anybody having issues with 8:30?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I
sir.
have, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
I have.
sir.
No, sir. We can't attend at 8:30, sir.
Yes, sir. We can't.
So only 7:30 to 8:30, sir.
Yes, sir. 7:30 to 8:30.
Fine,
Okay.
sir.
7:30 to 8:30 is fine.
Yes, sir.
7:30 to 8:30, sir.
Yes, sir. 7:30 to 8:30.
Only 7:30 to 8:30, sir.
Guys, give 1 second.
If it is 6 o'clock, then it's okay.